Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to Alake Gay YouTube channel. If you're first time being here, you're welcome. Okay, thank you for clicking on the video, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your love, for your like, and for your comments, and for subscribing. So today's tutorial is on how to make this reversible simple jacket. So if you're interested in learning how to make this, please continue to watch this video. Thank you. So to start off, I'll first measure the length of my jacket. The length of my jacket is 20 inches. I'm just going to mark that on the pattern paper right there. The length of the jacket is 20 inches. Then I'll mark 1 inch for hem seam allowance to join it to hem it at the hem area right there. So I'm just going to mark that straight down. I'm just going to square down that line right there. So the next thing I'll mark is the shoulder measurement. My shoulder is 14, so 14 divided by 2 equals to 7 inches, and I'm just going to mark that right on top of the pattern paper. And then from where I mark the 7, I'll come down by 1.5 inch for the front shoulder slope, and after that I'll mark the armhole measurement, and I'm just going to square down that line on that area, and that line will serve as the chest line, and this will serve as the full length and also the seam allowance or the hemi allowance. And right there, the next thing I'll mark is the neckline. I'll be using 3 on the width. I'll be using 3 inches, and for the depth I'll use 4 inches. And I'll use my curve ruler to connect it together, and that will serve as the neckline. And after that, I'm just going to connect from the neckline straight to where we mark the 1.5 for the shoulder slope right there. Then on the chest line, I will mark out of my shoulder measurement, which is 7 inches. I'm just going to mark that. Then I will connect from the chest line to the shoulder slope like so. Then I will mark what I have on that line, and I will divide whatever I have there by 2. So from where we have this at the center there, I'm just going to mark 0.75 for the front armhole curve. I'm just going to connect it like so. So connect it, and that's the curve line for that. So now I want to do my back marking on this front pattern too, but before we do that, let's mark the chest line. So I would input my bust circumference, a quarter of my bust circumference there on the pattern paper like so. Then I will add 1.5 inch to that, half inch for ease allowance and 1 inch for hem allowance, and whatever I have there on the chest line, I'll take it straight down to the hem area. I'm just going to connect those lines together. This is a straight jacket and there's no fit in there, and that is all for the front. So I will use this pattern to do my back too. So that means I'll be marking for the back there. I'll just use 1 inch for the back depth like so. That is what I marked now. And for the back shoulder slope is 1 inch, and I'm just going to mark that right there, and I'm going to connect it to the front. And the next thing is to mark the armhole curve for the back. So from where we mark the 1 inch, you're going to mark to the chest line. So whatever you're going to measure to the chest line, so whatever you have there, you're going to divide it by 2. So from where we divide by 2, you're just going to go in by 0.5. For the front we did 0.75. So for the back, but for the back we're going to be doing 0.5. For the front is 0.75, and that's the armhole curve for the back like that. And that is also, I'm just indicating the line for the front and the back in order not to get it confused. So the next thing is just to cut off the pattern paper, and you're going to be cutting off the back piece first. We do front and back together. That means we're going to cut the front neckline first and the front armhole first. So I'm just going to cut off the excess. So can you see how this armhole area, I'm cutting off right on the line of the back first, and also at the shoulder slope area here, I'm cutting off the back first, and also at the neckline I'll cut off the back first, because I'll first cut off my pattern. So I'm just cutting off the fabric for the back, and also I'll cut the second one. We are using is reversible. That means we need 2 different fabrics for this. So the next thing I'll do now is to trim off the back piece now. So we've done it already, so we're just going to trim off the back armhole area just like I'm doing right now. And also at the shoulder, we're going to trim off the back right there. And after doing that, I'll cut off the front neckline too, in order to have our piece, our pattern for the front. So I'll use this pattern to cut my front fabric. We'll be cutting two different fabrics because this is a reversible simple jacket. So I'm just going to place my pattern on the fabric and use this pattern to cut off the fabric. The front will be in two pieces. The back was cut on fold and the front will just be like this. So I'm cutting the second fabric right now. So this is the fabric for the front, the back, and this is the second one is for the front. So the next thing is I'm cutting the sleeve. I'll just fold the fabric into two like this, then I'll fold it into four like that. So I'll use my pattern paper to cut the sleeve. I have the tutorial on this, on how to make this sleeve already on the channel. Please, if you don't know how to make a sleeve, please just go ahead and check it out. So I'm just going to cut off the pattern for the sleeve like so. So I will use this to cut the second one too. This is the pattern that I used to cut the second fabric too. So I'm just going to go ahead and iron paper stay. I'll be ironing paper stay on this sleeve. I'll just go ahead and iron paper sleeve stay on this. So right now I've already joined the one of the fabrics together already. Can you see this? This is how the jackets will look like. So I'm going to show us the process of how I joined this together with the second fabric. So on the second fabric, I ironed paper stay on it in order to give it a kind of stand, but the first one I did iron paper stay on it. It's only on the second one. So I'm just going to go and join these together at the shoulder area and also at the side. So if you don't want it to have this kind of standing effect, don't use paper stay. You can use hair stay or cloth gum stay, because this was really stiff and I don't really like the stiffness the paper stay gives. So use hair stay, and I've ironed paper stay on the sleeve too. So can you see? So I'm just going to take this. I've already joined the jackets together at the front. Can you see how it looks like at the shoulder and also at the side? So I'm just going to go ahead and join the sleeve together and fix it to the jacket like that. So here I've already joined the jackets together already with the sleeve, and this is how it looks like. So I'm just going to bring the first one, the jacket that I've already joined together already. So I'll be placing this second one inside it. So we are going to be having the front side face and the right side facing the right side. Just make sure the right side are facing the right side in order for us to join this together. So make sure you just import this inside, just put it inside there. So I will advise that I don't use paper stay on both fabric. Use it on one side of the fabric because the paper stay makes this really stiff. So or you use hair stay on both the the fabric, or you use cloth gum stay. So whichever one you want to use, just do that. So I'm just trying to make this that they align at the side. Because of the paper stay, the second one was really stiff, but I'm just trying to find my way around it and it's just going to work perfect. So make sure they align at all sides. The neckline aligns at the side, your seam are aligning, because this will have a lot of effects on your sewing or the finishing of the jacket. Make sure at the shoulder area the seam are aligned, at the side the seam are aligned. Just make sure that you take the right seam in, don't take less or more, so that you won't have the jackets that are not meeting. So at the neckline, I'm just going to go ahead and join it together, and also at the front opening. So I'm just going to go ahead and take them and join it round. So from the hem on one side, from this hem here right there round. So I'm just going ahead to go ahead and join them together all like that. So I will take it to the same machine and join it together like so. And that is all for this at the front opening and also around the neckline. I'm just going to take it in the same machine and join them together. So here I've already joined it together at the front opening and also at the neckline. So the next thing to do is to notch round. Make sure you notch round because you need to turn it to the right side. So the notching will actually make it to relax. So I'm just notching round like so, and after notching I'm just going to turn it to the right side. Just put your hand into it and pull it out, and I'm just doing right there. Because of the paper stay, it was really stiff, but I'll just do that. So I'm just going to first go ahead and iron this. Make sure you iron it. So I'm first going to iron this first and make sure everything is aligned and they are in place. So I've already ironed it. Can you see how flat this is looking right now? So the next thing is to fold it in at the hem area. You know the hemming allowance that we had there? Just fold it in just like I'm doing right now and take it to your sewing machine, and so do the same thing for the sleeve area too. Fold in this hem allowance you had there, and voila, you have your simple jacket. And that's all. So I'm just taking it to the sewing machine to join it together, and that's what I'm doing right now. Just watch how I'm folding it in and joining this. So this is our simple reversible jacket. It's so easy and simple to make. So you can rock this. You can make a short pants for one of the fabric just like I did in order to be able to rock it, and the other side you can rock it on a jean or another pair of pants, and that's it, or skirt too if you prefer it. So this is how I'm rocking my. I have a pants here, short pants. I have a tutorial on this. If you're interested, please check the previous video. Can you see how beautiful this jacket is looking right now? It's just so beautiful. Can you see how it looks now? And also the other side, I can just rock this other side on another pair of pants. So if you learned anything, please give me a huge thumbs up, like, comment, and also share this video. So catch you in my next tutorial. Bye.